Hi, Amy. Someone always got something going on, huh? God, the energy is crazy right now. I just think the energy is crazy thick. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird. I don't know whose energy it is, though. That's the thing. Could be like, I have a feeling it's probably air sign energy, but I'm gonna take a look. Let's see. Where are we at right now? But it's heavy as a bitch. I tell you that. It's annoying the fuck out of me. And I usually ain't bothered by shit like that. Let's see, what is it? It's taking forever for this shit to load. What is wrong with this? Because of the technology not working either. Come on now. Moon is in Aquarius. Ah, fitting. Fitting. It has to be. It has to be an air sign, right? Also has to be my sign, right? God. Other than it feeling weird, nothing weird has happened, you know what I mean? It's just that weird feeling. Or hard to swallow feeling. Like Scorpio season always feels that way, but Jesus. Suffocating. I just started reading. Or I haven't even started reading, to be honest with you. So I just got on like 5 minutes ago. Girl, no general. No general. You come up with a question. We ain't doing generals. I hate that shit. I already said to you that I do not like that shit when people just keep asking me general ass questions. You need to come up with specific questions. If you do not have a specific question for me, right? If you do not have a specific question for me, don't ask. I've already told people this. I've even wrote it in the description. Said no general. It says right up there, no general. No general. So I can send it back to you unless you have an actual question. Can I have your cash app again, please? It's all in the description or right above. Right above the chat, I think you can see the pinned comment. It has the Cash App name. You probably can copy and paste it from right there, but it's also in the description below. Can I ask about the eye twitching? That's too general. Too general. You ask me that every single time. I'm gonna be real. Like I said, I can send whatever back to you. Wasn't this the same question that you asked me last time you were up in here too? This is like exact same question. I'm gonna send it right back to you. I swear. Like I'm not on that time right now. Like we ain't gonna do the repetitive shit because that's obnoxious. I'm sorry, but it is. I come out here with the free discount readings and everything like that just because I want something new. I want people that maybe don't have the money or the time or are in a fucked up place to come through here and get what they need. But we ain't doing that. Free card pull for new subscribers, sure. Will there be a reunion between you and Abdullah? Let's see. Will there be? Let's see. Will there be? Just a surgery question. I can send you back the money, like I said, because if you don't have a question, do not keep asking me or do not send me money. It's just that simple. It's irritating. I've reminded you time and time again. I don't like general. I don't want to do it. Will there be a reunion between you and Abdullah? No, there won't be. There won't be. Okay, like it's looking like if anything, if anything, if anything, I feel like the emotions on this situation, you're never going to come to a conclusion. There's never ever going to be like solving this situation or solving this person's emotions. Like, I don't think it's shocking that the situation it just ain't going to come back together. I don't think it's shocking. They said there's outside interference as well. Family interference or friend interference, something like that. Family interference. Why you seem mad or stressed? I'm not stressed or mad. I just don't like repeating myself. Can't be telling him that shit. Apparently she don't want to read it. Apparently she don't want to read it, but it seems like family interference, like I said. Friendship or family interference. People close around this person do not want you around and do not want to deal with you. It's death in the reverse. You want the cards. Death in the reverse, two of pentacles in the upright, the moon in the upright. It's not coming back together. It's just not. It's done. It's toasted. Everyone has warned against this relationship. They don't want this connection to happen. Everyone outside of this person and even the person themselves does not want this to come back together. You like to invade this person's personal space by constantly getting readings on them. I can see that as well. Where you constantly get readings on a person. And they can feel your eyes on them all the time. You destructive. You have destructive tendencies. Yeah, and you also got addicted to this person on accident. You didn't even mean to really run into this person relationship-wise, but you did it anyways. You did anyways. You didn't think you fall for this person, but you did. And look where you're at now, right? You fucked up on yourself. Or the situation is fucked up. But like I said, there's no secrets here. It's just he don't want to be with you like that. Like, it's over. Just let it be what it is. I feel like he's not even a good person anyways. So why do you want that situation? Why do you want a situation like that? Yeah, someone's got a temper. I feel like you also have a temper. Not only you and this person have a temper, and y'all always get into the shit. That would be the result of y'all coming back together in the first place. Would just be temperamental shit. Fights. That's it. because you want to argue with this person about their mentally or them mentally or how they're feeling. You just like to argue with people. That's exactly why you said, why does it seem like you upset? Because you're trying to argue with people. Take a page out of this reading right here, and let yourself know that like it's also okay for someone to read silence. You know what I mean? Like people don't got to respond to you. Like there's no point, right? There's no point, especially if you want to argue someone's feelings. There's no point, right? Like there's no point. So don't. When someone is silent on you, that's an answer in itself, right? And you don't get the answers you're seeking, and you ask 21 readers, that's an answer in itself. You going in this morning? I'm in that mode or that mood where I want to get shit done. Like I'm just trying to wrap shit up. I don't want to keep dealing with like the pathetic, benign shit. Like I want people who are serious about life up in this bitch. And I'm not saying nobody up in here is serious about life. That's not what I'm saying. I am just saying that I opened up this medium particularly to help people, and I feel like people come in and take it as a joke or as like a life. It's not just life advice. That's not all this situation is. And plus, at the end of the day, this is still entertainment, so that whatever. But I'm just saying, like, this is very like healing for some people. Like some people need regular healing. Like I'm not a therapist though, right? But I'm somebody who can point you in the direction of something that will help you or guide you or heal you or put you in the right way of money, love, whatever it be, right? And so I just think people take that as a fucking joke. Like I'm not your consultant and I'm not your therapist, so don't play with me that way. It's just that gets draining after a while. And then when I come in here and it's the repetitive shit too, that's draining. It really is. Because you be taking readers as a motherfucking joke. That's why. It's like, sometimes like the shock factor, I guess, of like being right about things can be really like ugly to some people, right? Because sometimes I'll be coming up on here and when I read somebody, they'll be like, okay, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. And then once they get out into the real world and that is exactly what they experience, they want to keep coming back for more and more and more and more and more. And many of my regulars, which I love that I have regulars and I love that I have people who vibe with my energy and like can pay attention to me, right? Pay attention to what I'm saying and then take that not just as as a grain of salt, but also you take that into life with you, which I appreciate and I love, right? But know what's healthy, right? Know what's healing and know what's not. What it would be healing would be, asking questions pertaining to like, your love life, like you're really struggling. You got them abandonment issues, Bailey. Bailey. Okay, we tapping into your energy already, by the way, Bailey. It's just that I have to explain that sometimes. It gets very irritating. Like I try my best to be nice, okay? And to give the energy that like, okay, yeah, you no matter who you are, what you are, come bring your ass up in here and let's do somebody, right? But you know my motherfucking ass. Okay, Bailey. So your new job, Justice. So that's, that's Libra season. That's Libra season. It's kind of the question of why hasn't it started yet type shit. Why hasn't it popped off in the way that you need it to? Why hasn't it popped off? They have the Emperor in the upright here, where you have very, very strong masculine energy, but it's not that it's masculine, it's just very powerful. So they said, why hasn't it started yet? So 2 Pentacles in the upright. You just got turned into the right direction. Like, I think sorting out life in general has been difficult recently, but more or less pertaining to your relationships with people around you. I feel like people have been lighting fires under your ass or making you real upset, making you real angry. If not angry, then I would say it's like you're very passionate and ambitious, and so that comes off as a red flag to some people. They get triggered by that. They get triggered by that. Yeah, you get triggered by the fact that you're passionate, that you want to be involved in more than one way. You don't want to be like the backseat person or the person who just zips the motherfucking mouth. And in the end, I get that a lot of people find that intimidating, right? That's kind of the thing. It's like that's the drawback, I guess, to your drawback. I say drawback to your personality, but I don't think it's a drawback. I think that is like the power boss type energy, but I don't think a lot of people necessarily agree with that energy. They get really easily intimidated because they know you don't put up with the bullshit, right? And that also attracts a lot of people too. But you just got help with something, or you're about to get help with something, help with finding something. So a Libra season is what they say. Now they said there's wasted potential on something too. What is this? Maybe you feel like your last job situation was wasted potential. Like it could have become something more, or like you read into the situation a lot where I think you do a lot of what ifs, or but what if I'm moving into the wrong direction, or what if this is not what I want to do with it at the end of my life type shit. It's like, but you're not even there yet. Why are you running so far forward? You're not even there yet. Yeah, you're not even there yet. They said higher power at play here. So you need to. They're also saying that you need to start over on an idea that you've already invested in. So it's possible that you've been hopping from job to job, or hopping from idea to idea, and they're saying you need to go back to your original idea. Okay, original idea, or original job setting. Okay, there's something about you being in the spotlight though. What is this? Let's see. What they talk? They say you look good too, or there's something. It's very something very specific about your look, the way you look physically. Yeah, because they talk about designer shit, or they talk about someone who dresses up. They talk about designer, or like just the way you dress in general. Like you got a lot of style on you, girl. Yeah, people be obsessed with the way you look too. Just the personality for some people is just unexpected. They don't expect you to be a strong person for whatever reason. They're also saying that hmm, different rules. Yeah. What? So what are you? So okay. What are you so scared of when it comes to this business? Like they're confused because it's like what I see here is someone who is very, like I said, you have a very strong personality. You're very hard headed. You're very forward moving. You're afraid of losing things that you haven't even like. I don't. It's like you are afraid of losing something you don't even have yet. That, or you have it, but it's like you frugal with it. Like you very like I'm gonna keep this in the palm of my hand, no matter what. Maybe there's like a minimum of money that you just do not want to spend, or like there's a maximum. You're like, I will not go past this point. I will not invest this or like that. I will not. There's you have such a particular OCD way of trying to put your money out there, but they're saying in order to get this shit started, like where it needs to be, you're gonna need to invest a lot of your shit. Meaning, spend it on the extras, whatever the extras may be. That might not be a thing that you can do, but do not be afraid to invest in yourself. You need to do that. Like that's a necessity. They say you need to take a gamble. Like, yeah, I know you're not that type of person. You're real solid, but that's what you need to do, though. That's what you need to do. Like, you need to start over and invest. That's what you need to do. It gets real. Like I feel like they talk about your competition being crowded. So like there's a lot of people who maybe have similar ideas, or you've seen people popping up with similar things, but it's so you. Does that make sense? It's like some people they do some things and it don't really fit them, and then you do it, and it like fits you exactly who you are as a person, completely and exactly 1,000%. Okay. So what else do they say? Malice, destructive tendencies. Okay. Oh, you gotta stop with an ex or whatever, whoever you think that twin flame or soulmate is. You gotta stop with that person, dude. They also slow you down from some shit. It's like you get all up in your head because like I feel like people break you down emotionally. People just keep breaking you down. They breakdown in communication is also coming up here. So yeah, you're not communicating what you want, or at least the position that you want, and because of that, it's damaging, or it's taking a damage on, I think, your self-esteem. Is like the more you wait, the more you feel like it's lost or it's gone, and then also the other people around you be pressuring you. No, yeah, they talk about social pressure. So are you an introvert even though you're strong like that? Are you an introvert? Yeah, you might be what's your sign? Are you an introvert even though you real powerful, real strong? Like you have a very shy personality regardless. They said. So hard-headed but very shy. Yeah, put yourself on the map though. That's what you need to do. Like talk about making okay, what's this? Let me see. This is last message pertaining to that. And then you said something about the second question. And then Miss Sharita, I'll hop back on you and see what you want to do. So do shut down quickly. I saw that. So you a softie. You like to play hard, but you soft. You're sweet, and I just don't think that makes it to other people. Sometimes that doesn't make sense. When you think I'll move, so I did see something about that. That's what I was curious about. Like initially, it was that were you moving to another location? We're trying to find a job in that new location, but they did say something about the move. Gemini, okay, makes sense then. It does make sense. They did say something about the move. And it also pertaining to work. So I didn't know if that was necessarily something that was on the front lines right this second, just because they brought it up one time. But let's see here. So the last message also pertaining to your job or your work, what you need to do is you are still okay. It looks like why did they talk about trapped or the feeling of being trapped, or maybe it's like baby trapped, or like I don't know what this is reminding me of here. They talk about being trapped or maybe trapped in the house. Something about being trapped. I don't know. Could be pertaining to depression, having to put all of your emotions into one thing or one thing only, possibly family. So having to put every single source of like income and emotion and everything, like just everything has to go into one big ball and one person, one situation, one energy. So it takes a lot out of you. Like I said, that makes it even worse for you to feel like you can't invest. You can't invest. Like I just can't. You're like I just can't do it. Like if I do, then I'm gonna lose it all. That's what's gonna happen. So let's see. And the second one was about moving. So in order to heal, you're gonna have to move. That's the first thing that they say. In order to heal, you gonna move. Like you have to. Like it's a necessity for you to move. Yeah, because you still living in a state of like paranoia. You're living in a state of paranoia because you still live in the same state as a lot of trauma or a lot of hardship. Because they talk, or maybe you still live in the same state as your family or blood or something like that, or maybe that's what they're saying is that you need to move back to where your family from. But it's like it's hard. It's hard. Internet. Okay, a lot of your life has to do with like you living vicariously through others. So like you are happy when you put other people in the forefront. You are only happy when you give to the people that you love. It's like your happiness is all dependent on that and that only, and that's also hard. So self-esteem issues. But if you're wondering why a lot of the shit doesn't kickstart, it's a matter of, like I said, your confidence wavers all the time. Even though you put in all of the work, like you have all the work here. That's not, to me. It's just the leap of faith type shit that you struggle with. It has nothing to do with your readiness. Like you are like where you need to be in order to begin. You are right there. You're right there. It's just that leap of faith. You're afraid of losing everything, and I feel like it mostly has to do with others. But you need to stop. You need to be a selfish bitch for once. You need to be a selfish bitch for once, and you need to just say like, I need to pull my head out of other people's ass, and I need to put it right up over in this area, like right up in my shit. Because what happens to my shit? Like all my shit gets eaten up when I'm around these people. Or all my shit gets eaten up when I'm around and when I'm having to micromanage this situation. So what you need to do is go right back to you, bounce the ball right back to you. It's the ball is in your court type shit. Like it's right there. You just need to take the faith, the leap of faith. So back to the moving thing. I know finances also has something to do with it too. Okay, so fear of death or fear of like something bad happening to you, horrible anxiety, agoraphobia. If not agoraphobia, then just the fear of like if you get close to somebody, they're gonna hurt you or harm you or put you in harm's way. Mm, 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 mm. You do need to move desperately, desperately. Like you really do. You really do. So let me see how this is gonna go down. I can almost see you packing up your shit in your car, or I don't know if you got a car or a truck or whatever, but like I want to see you just packing up like a small amount of things in a car and having to leave for temporary reasons. I don't think it's like whatever's coming up as far as travel goes. I don't think it's going to be a long term situation. I think it's going to be temporary, and I think you're going to come back. But I think the only reason why you're going to come back is because you need more of your shit, or you need more time to adjust um, to the idea of moving. Like you want to be okay at home first, or you want to be okay with your family first. Like you want to make ends meet in that area before you do finally move on. So you're not gonna leave yet, okay? Because I almost see you like it's almost like you're taking your bags, packing your bags into your car, and then you just take them out. You're like, oh shit, what am I doing? And you're just taking them all out. It's like so tempting, right? It's so tempting to just fucking leave. You said looking good. It's the hairy chest. Yeah, I'm hairy as shit. That's the Italian. That's the 50%. Or my bad, the quarter. The quarter. The English aren't as hairy. But listen, that Italy show up. Show out. But it's almost the idea of like you try to pretend that you don't care. You try to say that you don't care, Bailey, about something. Just try to leave. But you do. You do. And you can't help it. You can't help yourself. That is the most difficult thing in the world. To say that you don't care about something when you love that thing, or you love that person, or you love those people. And then when you try to put in the work, everything ends up kaput. Like it's gone. It's gone. Or like it just feel like it doesn't amount to anything. Now, where you're gonna get kind of like the or muster up the strength. I have a feeling it has to do with um, you're gonna have to confront people, and that's not gonna be an easy thing at all. You're gonna have to confront people. Like, and I know your hustle outside of this is big. Like you have a very like you have a grand plan and everything like that. Like I know you do hustle. You get shit done. When it needs to be done, you get it done. So you're not lazy in any quarter. You're anxious, but you're not a lazy bitch. You're a very, very, very strong person to be dealing with all of this at the same time and then still have stability outside of that at all. And the fact that you have emotional stability is crazy. It's crazy to spirit, but it's definitely crazy. It's almost unnatural. So you should be proud of yourself for being so strong. But the strong and powerful also need a voice. They need to be heard too. They need to be, emotionally coddled too. And unfortunately, you haven't had the place or the time to confront the people that uh, are hurting you the most, or corrupting you the most, or corrupting your energy, corrupted, like keeping they're staying in your mind type shit. There might be a reason why they stay in your mind. It might be like the person that hurts you the most. I don't know why I picked up on that. Let me see. Am I right on that? It might be that the person that has hurt you the most or pushed you into your head the most is, I don't know. I don't want to say that without really. Is the person dead, or is the person dead? The person who's hurt you the most is dead or gone, or like they might as well be dead, or because they talk about the person who hurt you the most or made an effect on your emotions the most is passed away or dead, or there's something about possibly this person just leaving your life for good, or that's kind of what you've been trying to do, is emotionally separate yourself. Because I feel like somebody like gives evil Knievel energy. That's what I pick up on. Someone's neurotic as a bitch. That ain't no Gemini energy. I know that. Or it seemed like a water sign to me. That ain't no Gemini. That ain't no Gem. So Libra season is when your job is gonna come through, though. That's what I'm seeing. Oh, okay. So not Libra season. It was supposed. I guess it was. Okay, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I was like, damn, when is Libra season? So that ended on the 22nd. I thought we was still in the bitch. I thought we damn. That's how far back I am. Type shit. I thought we still in the bitch. It ended 2 days ago. It ended 2 days ago. So let me see. What's this season? That's water sign season though. So that's Scorpio season. So it's supposed to happen now. It's supposed to happen now. They stay in my mind because I never cuss anyone out. I never say what I'm really thinking. Yeah, I had one toxic relationship and haven't had one since 7 years. Jesus. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. And that, listen, you do a lot of things for self-preservation because that is what you're best at. You're best at preserving your life and other people's lives as well. Okay. You have the micromanager in you. You have a very powerful control and aspect to you where you like to kind of control people from the outside. Okay, around the outside is what I got. Around the outside, around the outside. That's what I got in my head. But like, you like to kind of shadow puppeteer people from the outside. That can be very hard because people are never ever gonna do what you want them to do, ever, ever. They're never gonna do what you want them to do, ever. Baby, I thought you meant next year. No, 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 no. I did not mean next year. I meant this year. I was looking for news for this particular year. That's what I always do. I try to give you messages that are pertaining towards the most recent. And to me, because we just left Libra season, my guess is that what they mean is Scorpio season. And we did get the death card several different times. And that's kind of the theme, I think, of your overall general energy would be transitioning. It has to be like very soon because they would not keep coming up with that energy if that wasn't the case. So that's where we're at right now. It ain't gonna be nothing run of the mill either. It's gonna be probably something that's a little slightly bit more time consuming and difficult than what you're used to. So I don't think you're gonna stay in this job, and I don't think you're gonna be particularly happy with this job. But I do think it's gonna be a means to an end. Okay, it's gonna be something that's temporary, but you can get yourself set up and started up on different things, on different projects. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling on that situation. But damn, you got some energy on you, girl. But I can control myself. That's the best part about it, is that you can control yourself. So, but also you need to learn to control those emotions when it pertains to you always inserting yourself and helping other people, because you know these people are past help. They are past help. They are past that point. You never give up on people, and you are very honest, and you are very what is it, loyal, right? But you need to learn, right? You need to be loyal to yourself and put you first. You first. That's what's up. October always brings me changes me as well. I love October. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. All right. Miss Sharita, do you have another question? Because I think on here you have to request a refund. Of course, Bailey. But if you have a question, like I said, if anything popped up, like you felt that shit, especially because we got done reading someone, maybe you resonated with something that you heard and you wanted to know about it. But I need you to be, I need you to be very, very straight, right? Straight with me. I need you to be like, this is what I need to know, right? About this specific situation. He said, Coach, hey, Sin. Sin, you always been missing me more recently. But I just got on, so you good. You good now. Where you been at? What you been doing? He said, Serio, this is why I don't participate every time, because I get carried away. My spirit, brother, be going there. If energy is there, I'm gonna read it. You already know. It don't matter how long it take, as long as it's reasonable. I try to keep it reasonable with people. 15 minutes ain't bad. 20 to 25 minutes ain't bad. Once we start hitting the hour, the hour by hour, that's a little bit more difficult. But it's not too bad. It doesn't exhaust me or make me tired or anything like that. Usually when I get tired is the time where I actually have shit to do afterwards, and I'm already dreading what I have to do afterwards. So that's usually when I get. Uh, what did I just read? Sagittarius. Someone a Sag up here. Why they talk about Sag so much? Well, I know who's a Sag up here. Amy's a Sag. Sagittarius, Sag. They keep bringing that up. What do you want about Sag? Oh, they be bringing up Sag and Pisces. Sag and water. What about Sag? Tell me about Sag. He said, when I get established, can I become a regular client? Of course you can. Of course you can. He said, technically, maybe they are talking about you, I think. Just because they talk about the moon and everything like that, I think they are talking about you. They are talking about you, for sure. Girl, who are you fucking with? A man? Or maybe just someone trying to like ask you out or something like that, or someone's trying to approach you in some type of way, or trying to help you in some type of, someone's married already, yo. Like someone's already in a relationship. I hope you know that, at least. That someone's already married or they're already in a relationship. They keep talking about Tyler the Creator too. So is it a Pisces or water sign? Or somebody could be someone who's affected by Pisces. So they maybe have Pisces up in their chart very strongly. Then also someone's dealing with a Leo. Very, very strong personality, or very, very very like egotistical or brown nosed. And someone who always thinks everyone's talking about them or everything's about them. It's like me, 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 and only me. That's what Leo said. That's what this person said. Maybe it's a younger person, younger male, younger. I'm gonna say it's probably younger. Yeah, because they keep saying like little tyke and shit. They keep saying something about little tyke or okay little boy or something like that. They keep talking about little tyke. Like a nigga is acting like a baby instead of a grown ass man. It's just not healthy. Jen said, I'm a Pisces. All right, Jen. Hey, Jen, it's been a minute. Leave me alone. Libra 2, stalking me, Taurus, and a damn Capricorn. Hey. Some Pisces do that work, but he's like 21, not married. He was trying to be in a relationship with me. Someone's already in a relationship with you, girl. Not with you, but like with somebody else. Someone was already in a relationship when they approached you. So that's what that means. That's what they're talking about. Oh, okay. So you were the one that. Okay. So you was the one dealing with someone. You was the one dealing with somebody. Y'all both could have been dealing with somebody. That's the thing. I'm sure that was the case. I'm sure that was the case. So someone had someone on the back burner. I'm sure that was the case. I keep talking about Jim now too. Pisces men are horrible. Hey. I was gonna say they can't all be bad. They can't all be horrible. I'm sure that there's a Pisces man out there for somebody. But I couldn't see Pisces and Pisces mixing and melding. I could see that becoming a very toxic relationship where both of them probably end up axe murdering each other at the end of the day. I couldn't see that being a healthy situation. It would drive each other fucking crazy. Pisces men are extremely obsessive, very obsessive, and controlling. Want to be able to control how you feel by telling you what you want to hear, even though they might not feel that way. They want someone to be head over heels obsessed with them. They want that. That's what they want. Okay, now would that work on the right person? Sometimes, yes, but does it usually work on the wrong person? Absolutely. Can they be extremely emotionally manipulative? Absolutely. But does that apply to all of them? No, definitely not. There is the type of Pisces that exhibits behaviors of I just want you to be happy behaviors, right? So, it's not lie to be happy, right? That's not what you do. You don't lie to make somebody happy. You tell them the truth, you know. You support them, you be sensitive with them, you help them, you guide them. Now Pisces, that type of Pisces, that's great. That's good. That can be real healthy, right? But they need to heal first. Pisces has to do a lot of healing before they ever become a viable partner in that type of situation. Now, Pisces also is apparently one of those people who's a little freaky. He gets a little freaky in the bedroom, real freaky. Get a little too freaky sometimes. I'm not shaming. I'm just saying. I'm not shaming y'all. I promise. Is this they lean a little bit into the darker aspect of sex and love and you know all that. Sometimes too many drugs too, and sometimes too many drugs can blow up a Pisces brain. Um, but once they escape that aspect too, they never be the same again. So, but Pisces men I've seen be incredibly successful, shockingly, right? It's like okay, they can be whatever. They could be, like I said, emotionally manipulative, controlling, at times cowardly. But once they make themselves emotionally available, they're capable of doing a lot of crazy creative things that make them highly successful beings. He's all mad because the other dude had me in my feelings and was like, I'm gonna message that asshole and tell him to stop making you sad and shit. That's cornball shit. And of course, he was 21. That makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. That is very corny. He put his heart in the right place, right? He put, he put his heart in the right, or he said the right thing, I guess. He put his heart in the right area. God. One of the heads was talking, recovering addict of 9 years. And let me just say, that is a reoccurring trait that I see with Pisces. A reoccurring trait. It's hard. It's hard out here for Pisces. Very hard. Y'all remind me of the people that are yeah. For some reason, it's like how someone is so smart or so intelligent that like they start understanding things, and then when they start understanding things, they start having existential crises, or they start like almost like collapsing in on themselves. That's what Pisces reminds me of primarily. It's like they're so intelligent, so smart, and so like it's like it's almost like it gives you so much anxiety that you start caving in on yourself. And then because it gives you anxiety, you try to numb the pain or meet the pain in some type of way. Because you understand things that you're not supposed to understand at an age you're not supposed to understand. You know what I mean? You start understanding and having experiences that many people don't at your particular age, and it starts continue to break that cycle, and like it keeps going and going and going into different versions of yourself and taking a toll on your mental health because you don't even know who you are at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You don't even know who the fuck you waking up as. He said I replaced addictions. Drugs was the cheapest. You're always gonna be recovering. I know I'll always be recovering. I know even at this young age. And it's because I saw so much. Unfortunately. First time here and wondering if I could ask a question. But I have Pisces Venus. So the way I love. I feel like I've been broken my whole life. I'm single for that reason. But that's the key, right? Is that though you feel broken and you feel distant from people in life and reality, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're any like lesser than anybody else. Like you aren't capable or deserve love, because you do. Just because you might see yourself as broken or see broken when you look at yourself doesn't mean you don't deserve love. You know yourself best, even though you go through these existential crises and brain broken things. You know yourself best. And you know you're a loving person. Scorpio, you can ask a question. Go ahead. Did Miss Charita come back here? I don't get it though. So, but you know that it's a feeling that you're capable of. That's why you try so hard to achieve it, even though you say, I'm not going to be in a relationship right now, or I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. You still strive for that and secretly yearn for it because it's an emotion you understand, even if you never did feel that way. It's a emotion that you try to understand. You push yourself to understand. So you say you don't get it, but in reality, Pisces is the most, like in my mind, Pisces has that old soul type energy. Um, but because you guys are like the master of dreams and the dark side of the moon type shit, I always see y'all in this very, very like you in almost in like your own prison or like in your own circle. You don't really need friends or really anything to get by in life. Y'all have an affinity for animals. You have an affinity for spirituality and religion, and you have the courage to jump into the things that a lot of people would never, ever, ever, because your mind rests on a plane that is away from reality. Okay, and sometimes you got to realize that that's a really, really rare and incredible gift if you know how to use it properly. It really is. Like, you guys are insane. Insane when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to being able to read people for what they are, for truly for who they are. Learning things. You're very fast learners. Sometimes it feels like, though sometimes it feels like things come slowly for you, just understand you are a fast learner. Okay, because you guys rest in like the position of being more the teacher than the follower. You just aren't like everybody else, and you got to learn that that's okay. It's not easy to accept though, but you are insane manifestors. Talk about bringing things into reality. Scorpios too, actually. Scorpios are incredibly gifted as well. Let's see. Robert is closed off when it comes to feeling, but if he had to choose between me and someone else, would his heart lean towards me or another person? Thank you in advance. Thank you. I really need to hear that. Of course. Listen, if anything, Pisces intrigues me more than most signs. Same with Scorpio. Same with all the water signs, to be honest with you. Y'all are a mystery to motherfucking me. And it's like, to be fair, it's not that you're a mystery, it's that you guys are so moldable. Okay. you're so moldable by the world. Like you see things from an emotional perspective as how they truly are. Even if you sometimes feel delusional, you do accept the fact that the world is the way it is, and you make reservations for yourself. You know what I mean? You know what to, you strongly know what person you do not want to be, and you try your hardest to not be that person. But sometimes it comes right back and bites you in the ass, right? So you do learn from it. You don't take the long way around though. Like I said, you go the quickest route, the fastest way of self-destruction. Sometimes, but you learn really fast from it. All right. But Pisces are so like that secret undercover sign. Like nobody knows us Pisces when they spot one because y'all are so good at hiding. Same with, like I said, same with Scorpio. Cancer is a little bit different. All right, so you're saying that Robert is just not speaking to you, not talking to you in a way that you need him to talk to you. You're weirded out by his actions because you feel like it's awkward because you can't get a read on him and nor can he tell you what's up, right? You know that this situation is kind of becoming it's becoming more of a liability than it is becoming something important to you or something worth sacrificing and staking your love on. Okay? You know that this person is also the type to be kind of like I don't want to say mama's boy, but like it's looking like that type of energy. It looks like a nigga that really likes to be taken care of, or prissy or prepped. Like he's wondering why you keep asking him certain questions or looking at him in certain ways. Scorpio always does this. Y'all are detectives, like legitimate detectives. It's kind of crazy. But I think that he wonders that, or no, you wonder if he is doing something on the side, or if there's something steady, like if this is gonna become something steady. I'm gonna say that I don't think that he's focused on you, leaning towards you, or leaning towards anyone else. Okay, does that make sense? I feel like he's so emotionally tapped out that like I don't think he's leaning towards you or anyone. Okay. So what I don't but then again, I don't think that that's a good thing. I don't think that that's a good thing though. Like I really don't feel like that's good for you or like his future romantic. I think he's tapped out in general. I feel like he almost still treats you as a friend or treats you like from a distance, like kind of, puts his hand out whenever you try to get close. He's a very depressed individual. It's kind of ironic considering the type of person that he shows he is. He's not who he says he is, and he's really afraid of inviting someone in and them seeing that because he's just not it, and he knows he's not it. He knows he does try to put in hard work to change and be different, but it always seems to lead back to the same cause, the same situation, same negative shit. Always comes back to the same shit. For some reason, what popped up in my mind, like, y'all, I've been watching this show called Love Is Blind, and there's this girl who gets rejected by this dude in like fucking Confederate flag pants or some shit. He was like wearing American flag pants or something, and he rejects her even because she rejects him. It's so strange. It's so weird. It's like so petty. For some reason, I'm getting that energy because you oppose him, or because you're different from other females, or because you're different from other people. Like you try to battle him or fight him on certain things. Like it's almost as if he rejects you because you're trying to bring change into his life, or you're trying to change his mind, or you're trying to become like a positive in his life, and he rejects that. Like it's almost like a battle, like between siblings. God damn. Like y'all. I'm not gonna say y'all should have kept it in a friendship because let's be real, a lot of relationships come out of friendships. Okay, a lot of solid relationships. You want your partner to be your best friend, but this don't seem like no best friend to me. Like I said, he kept you at a distance for a goddamn reason. For a goddamn, he kept you way out of that situation for a reason, because he knows he's unstable. He knows he's fucked up, and you have to know that too now, right? You have to understand that too now. Is that he is fucked up and he is not serious about relationships. Because he can't be. Not because he doesn't want to. It's because he knows he can't be. He knows he's all sorts of fucked up in the head. And that's only going to become clearer as you try to deal with him. Okay? So, like, if you're expecting the situation to be, like, you know, slow moving, I feel like it could become really, really fast paced and toxic. Okay? And not fast paced in, like, good, in a good and nice way. It just looks toxic to me. People be calling me and shit. Looks toxic because I think this person truly is like a, they like to punish people. Or he likes to have some source of control over other people's emotions. He plays like he's a dominant person, but in reality he's kind of like a mama's boy, or it's like he's a brat. God, he's a brat. He's bratty. It's kind of like a. I was gonna say female, but you know, I know men can be bratty as fuck too. Y'all women out there that are older that be dealing with younger men probably feel that all the motherfucking time, right? So it seemed bratty to me. Or like older brother energy, or just some weird toxic shit. Like, but it does seem like he's talking to other people. So if you're worried about that aspect, he is also, there is other people there that he watches and looks at least in a means of like sexual exchange. Sexual exchange, where like maybe he looks at pictures, or like he's kind of a freak type shit. Like he wants pictures of you, or wants pictures of females. He likes them pictures, or he likes porn. Might have like a little bit of a porn obsession as well. Like this very specific means, like in the bedroom, likes porn. Oh God, childhood trauma. I'm sorry, Scorpio. It's bad news. Bad news. But no, the fortunate part of this is that you always can take your steps back. You already know he's at a distance, and and by pulling away, you're probably gonna draw him in more, Scorpio. And I'm not gonna say, like I said, I'm not gonna say that's a good thing. But what I will say is that you always have the capability of moving on with your situation, with your life, and finding somebody who can put in the work emotionally. Do not force yourself into his life and try to force your love and your care onto him, because it won't translate back. It will never translate back in the way you need it. Only when he needs something is when he will show his love to you. Only when he needs something from you. Okay? So I want you to know that. Hey Malibu. Just stopping by at Where Cap a Great Stream. Thank you. Thanks, Malibu. But you already know that shit is toxic. They said gone, gone, gone. Thank you. God damn. Toxic son of a bitch. Listen, to be fair, in probably in retrospect, he's a person who needs a lot of healing. So I'll give him that, is that he knows that he's fucked up. Okay, that's something that he does know. He doesn't need people telling him that. He doesn't know that. Now, has he approached or seen anybody for help? No. Right. That's kind of the thing. Is like he's going through life not really thinking about anybody else, and kind of just trashing through people, not realizing how lonely that is. That's a very, very lonely means of living. To not heal means you're not going to discover yourself, and you're not going to discover others. You're not going to learn about other people, and you're not going to be in a relationship. A solid one, or a consistent one at least, or like one that's non-abusive. And neglectful is kind of like just a ticking time bomb, right? Before something kind of snaps off. Ticking time bomb. Ooh. Is Miss Charita here? I'm gonna see if she comes back. If she doesn't, I'm gonna just refund. Mm-mm-mm. You said you end up like me with a 3-year situationship. I like how you said situation shit because even if that is a typo, I think that fits. He told me that, and I knew that going into this. I was like, at one point, because I lost my son's dad, so I didn't think it was possible to get attached, but I was wrong. And sometimes it just be like that because, I mean, who you are as a person. Scorpios are incredibly loving people, incredibly kind and giving people, but y'all do a lot of charity. Okay, what do I mean by charity? I mean y'all will put in the work for people who really, really, really do absolutely but nothing but the bare minimum for you. And the bare minimum being they're not showing you any non-sexual intimacy. They're not taking you on dates. They're not being kind to you. They're not treating you right. They might be doing the bare minimum, like maybe they got a job or something, right? They might have some signs of stability, but y'all also like another y'all are another side that likes to try to from the background kind of help people through and in certain ways control that. So it's just not easy, Scorpio. You tried your best. It's just not easy. You are a lover. You're not a fighter. It just so happens that your passion can sometimes co-align with someone else's emotional problems, and you kind of mistake that as passionate, because your one true wish is to find someone who's as passionate and subject to change as you. You want somebody who understands that part of you where you're always having to um, you know change. You're always having to change around other people as well. You want someone you can come home to and be comfortable with, and also change with, heal with, grow with, love with. That's not easy to find. It's just not. But that also means you're someone who's very open to love, no matter what state you've been through, no matter who you been with. You're always gonna be a lover. That's too unfortunate. I don't think it's unfortunate. I think that that's a trait that is, to me, I think that's a trait that only Scorpio really has. Okay, because scorned Scorpio lovers still have love for their partners, and that's crazy. That's nuts. That's great. Like y'all, I mean, I know you will hold a grudge for the rest of your motherfucking life, but you will never forget that love. You'll never forget what love feel like. You'll never forget your love for someone or with somebody. You'll never will. So, just saying. Jesus. Y'all will always feel, like I said, you vengeful, angry, upset, but you'll never forget the love aspect. If anything, you punish people lighter because you still do have love for those people. You never stop really loving them, but you know you have to grow without them. So, hmm, I really don't think that's a bad trait though, baby. Leaves you open and subject to new experience. And most people could not say that. Most people end up fucking 55 with a bottle in the hand type shit. Yeah, in 20 failed marriages, four failed marriages. Listen, I'm not talking no shade, but four failed marriages, and like they got all their kids are grown up and don't want to be around them. Jesus. And by the way, Scorpios love their babies. Scorpios are obsessed with their children, at the tied to the hip, and I know that's how a mother or a father should be, right? But y'all are spoilers. Y'all spoil your kids. I always found that sweet, about Scorpio. I love Scorpios too. Mm-mm-mm. Scorpio is the type of person to be like, you need to get on your own 2 feet and act right. You're talking to their adult child, but then the next thing you know, the next day they're taking their child out to eat and taking their child to the mall and the movies or whatever. Y'all, and then they're like, "You'll always be my baby." Like, you need to get grown and act right. Go to college, do this, do that, get the fuck out of my house. And the next thing you know, Scorpio come back around. Oh yeah, you know, yeah, come over, stay for this weekend. You know, y'all know y'all try to be like, oh, get up from under me and try to act like all tough and shit. But you already know, Scorpio be like, when you gonna come visit me? Like, when am I gonna see you? Buying them new kicks, yeah, buying them new everything. Oh, I thought of you when I bought this type shit. 25 different things under the Christmas tree and shit. It's like, we only needed one thing though, but dang. Thanks, mama. Jesus. Jesus H. Christ. Like, is this Christmas for the whole neighborhood? Is this for everybody? It's just me. Do you need anything? This is all applied to Scorpio Moon too. Scorpio Moon is a separate being. Scorpio Moon is a separate being. Now, does Scorpio Moon have certain aspects of Scorpio? Absolutely. Yes. Yes. A lot of the time that's gonna be like the possessive, obsessive, hopeless romantic aspects. Okay. Now, if you don't think those are bad things, I'm gonna say no. That's not bad things at all. And also, Scorpio Moon typically has like a kind of like an obsession with finding a romantic partner or a lover. It's kind of like serial dater energy. Scorpio Moon is, but I really don't think that any of that type of like portrayal, I don't necessarily think applies to everyone because everyone has a different subset of signs or ego, you can say, like the sun and ascendant. Everyone has like a different setup. So, will all those things necessarily apply to? Maybe not. But are there definitely traits of Scorpio in you? Yes. Major traits. It just wouldn't show up as the same. Definitely not. Scorpio Moon is a little bit different though. She is a princess. She is a princess. And a little bit hard headed. A little bit harder to read as well. 99% of the time, Scorpio Moon has a really, really hard time with controlling their emotions. A lot of the time, their emotions can blow up into. Basically, it's like think of it this way, like a big fucking water balloon, right? And like the moment someone sets that shit off, it's messy. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be wet. It's gonna be wet. A lot of people talk about Scorpio moons like sexual or sensuality, like their sex drive being very high. Their sexual features, so like whatever their body be looking like, they always got a shapely body. And I think the thing that people usually find the most riveting about Scorpio would be their eye color. Scorpio moon, water balloon with claws for real. Or it's kind of like pissing off a cat and throwing a cat in someone's face. Pissing off like a mangy ass cat on the street type shit and throwing it in someone's face and running. Like, you better run when Scorpio moon blow up though. Like, you better run. That's a fact. Jesus. Sun and moon is a hell of a way. Oh man, yeah, sun and moon is extreme. But if anything, like there's no, obviously there's not gonna be a balancing out there. You're all water then. You're all water. Like open the floodgates type shit. But that means you're a really, really interesting and fun person to be around for sure. People don't want to play with you though. Mm-mm. People don't want to play with you. Nah, but Scorpio moon is interesting. So I have Scorpio Mars in that particular placement. Of course, it being the home, right? Home of Scorp. Um, a lot of that correlates to my possessiveness. I also have Scorpio in the eighth house. Possessiveness, extreme amounts of anger and pettiness and jealousy. But for some reason, I've been able to handle that. And I don't know if it's because a majority of my chart is Earth related, but I can tell you the amount of times that internally I've wanted to blast off, and of course the amount of times that I actually have. But Scorpio is very, very strong in my chart. That's why a lot of people will say, "Are you a Scorpio?" Especially when I'm wearing the all black. That's where their mind usually instantly goes towards is, you must be a Scorpio. And you just have that energy. Listen, I'm flattered. I'm flattered. I was raised by Scorpios. That's mainly probably why I give off the energy a lot. I have four other placements I spent my whole life trying to understand me. And that's completely okay though. Who else is gonna understand you better than you understand yourself if you don't take the time? Tay, you said I'm a Pisces. I'm dealing with a Gemini with Scorpio moon. Okay. That's not too bad. What's the ascendant position on that person, Tay? What's the ascendant? Because if it would be like a Earth sign with a fire sign, blast off. Yeah, my tipper is bad. When my tip, you have to work. That's the thing. You have to work me. That's why I feel like Earth is so strong in my chart too. It's like you have to work me up to that point. Like you really have to press nerve on nerve on nerve. It's like someone going across the piano and just going. Ring. Yeah, I was gonna say I hope it's not a fire, but there we go. But like my anger is like that. Like it gets up to a point, and once you hear that like screechy note, right? That screechy note at the end of the piano, I'm pissed, and then I start blasting my motherfucking mouth off, and I could really hurt somebody that way. Like I don't be saying petty shit. That's the thing. I be saying real shit. Now can be I guess perceived as petty, but I be saying real shit. Like I'll break somebody down in about 5 seconds. That's how long it take me. Like I observe people like a motherfucker. So like when you think I don't notice you fucking up, and when you think I don't notice you're insecure about something, I have all of that in like a secret arsenal in my subconscious. I don't know where it is, right? Like a lot of the time I don't even realize how observant I'm being, but I am being observant. Now I will rip you up. Like I just don't even realize sometimes that I'm doing that. So once they get to that point, and like I said, it really takes me a lot. I call them episodes almost, just because it is a form of a little bit of a mental thing for me. But literally, it takes me a lot to get up that point. Other than that, I can have a pretty calm temper, calm way of dealing with things. But I can't lie and say people don't. People feel my urge to like flip out on them. I know they do. Like I know they do because I know my anger in those moments sometimes can be so intense, and it's I can't hide it a lot of the time either. Like it doesn't sound like it in my voice, and a lot of the time I'll sound nice and I'll be smiling or whatever because I smile and kind of laugh a little bit when I'm angry. Because I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's that type. But mm. Y'all people that are mixed with earth, you already know what it is. People mixed with earth and air. God damn. I was told that's a good. It is a good balance. Any correlation with your ego or your sign being something else, like maybe if you're a fire, whether you're a fire sign, water sign, or air sign in your top placement, earth is always a good balance. But the problem kind of comes in when you get all earth. Usually those people are very cut and dry, very cut and dry. Everything kind of changes when you got a full arsenal of earth. Now in my Vedic placements is Capricorn, Taurus, Taurus, and I've been told that a lot of the time with my temper, or at least when I've looked into it, it does give the air of a Capricorn, or like a they say like an angry father or an angry dad, or like a disappointed parent. You know when your parent raises your voice at you when you was a kid, you know, clean that the fuck up type shit, like that type. So I've been told that I'm more like a Capricorn in my anger, and also on my focus, my life focus. So I take it. Aquarius to me, like a lot of people say, Aquarius may have anger issues. I would say a lot of them. I'm sure a lot of them have that spark in them, but like I said, it's very to me it's subtle. I've met Capricorn people enough to know that like the anger is not subtle. And to me, like I said, I cannot hide my anger. I snap. I mean, I'm way too. I have way too much of a strong personality for someone to um, push me to that point and me not saying nothing. You know what I mean? I'm extremely conf- confrontational. Very confrontational. I will cut straight to the point and rip somebody. I wish I had more earth and air in my chart. I'm so volatile. Well, because I mean, you don't. It's not that having more variety isn't always a good thing either, right? Because truth be told, it makes things a lot more complicated. Because you deal with the way you take things and deal with things can be so different, varying on what sign is in what house or what placement. So it's not that it's like consistency is what we seek throughout life is consistency and comfort. But if you have a chart that is all over the place, like sticking up for every single sign and mesh and meld, you're a complicated person. Okay, you're extremely complicated. People who have more or less like a pretty linear looking chart, you, it's easier for people to understand you, or at least it might be harder for you to understand yourself, but easier for other people to understand you. And that might also be why majority of people that have a lot of the mixed up melded up charts are also very introverted or singular, like they don't like people, or they try to stay away from people, is because they know they're complicated beings. Parents are basically who I married. Shit, yeah, cap can be hard. I understand that I'm hard because I want to see people at their best. If y'all have never dealt with a Capricorn, and whether it be relationship wise or parental, wherever you got that motherfucker, wherever you got that motherfucker, it's hard because you want to be treated as an equal by Cap, but Cap will never. It feels like Cap will never see you as that. Like they'll always see your flaws. And in my situation, I realized pretty early that when you're dealing with relationships, it's a requirement for you to sometimes inflate people's egos, even if they are fucking up in certain respects. not always to focus on the fucking up and more focusing on the things that they do correctly and right. That's just so hard for me though, because I like to pick and prod and pick and prod, but goddamn, Jesus. My husband of 9 years is Capricorn, and he's broken my heart 100% right now, mostly for my son though. Can I hit you up later for an extremely private reading? Sure, sure. Instagram, or you can hit me up on um Twitter, Instagram or Twitter, or through my email, which is culturex@gmail.com. Any of those I will respond to, I will look at. Yeah. Earth is interesting because not only are is Earth kind of like the tortoise, very careful, very tentative, very slow moving. It always tries to maintain some similarity or like sameness, I guess. Like they always want something to be consistent and the same. And is that a rare quality? Yes. But do most Earth signs have it? Also, yes. So there's certain things about Earth, little quirks about Earth signs too, where it's like, yeah, like them niggas is cool. That's why everyone always wants to know what Earth sign. But also a lot of time people feel connected, and it's like they feel connected and like content and grounded around Earth because they always try to have their shit together. Not all of them do, by the way. Not all of them do. Some, and I'm sure this goes for a lot of the people that y'all have met. Some are extremely delusional. They know they're in a bad situation. They know they're fucked in the head, but they refuse to do anything about it because they want to maintain that fucked situation. So it's rough, y'all. It's rough. But we all make those types of mistakes, and I think it's rare to find anyone, especially Earth in the Earth community, who has not made the mistake of staying into a neglectful or shitty situation for longer than necessary, only to find out that whatever they had been trying to fix, or whatever person or problem they were trying to fix, wasn't even a problem in the first place. It's like they could have moved on all along. They could have found something that suited them all along, but instead they chose the harder route. It's not because Earth signs do. By the way, like this is something that I think is really misunderstood too. Earth does not like challenges. They do not like problems. In fact, they want to get to the easiest route, even if that easiest route means kind of stepping on the backs of the people around them. Not stepping on the backs and like using them, but stepping on the backs meaning they have to ignore them in certain respects. Because if they do not ignore their needs in certain respects, because if somebody is going to be a liability or someone's going to hang onto the coattails and drag behind you, that's not beneficial. That's not going to help anyone live or survive, right? And sometimes earth signs being a little bit too charitable, um, or wanting to coddle and cuddle the weak, they're not your baby, earth signs. They're not your child, earth signs. They're not your sibling or your brother or your sister, earth signs. That's not, you shouldn't be taking care of people like that. You got to know that it's an equal, give and take. It's equal. No, Jen. Jen, that is just selfishness. That is just being a piece of shit. That ain't about being, you know. That's about being a piece of shit. Mm-mm. If anything, a lot of earth sign mothers are incredibly self-sacrificial. Fathers, I would say, are a little bit cold. Because if you're not taught that early on, if you're not taught, honestly, like, if you're not taught how to emote early on as an earth sign male, I can see how that would become a very corrupt and manipulative, disgusting and crass person, like a CEO with fucking, five baby mamas and shit type energy. Or like a energy where the person is they're incredibly responsible with money and work. That's it though. Everything else, they fucking everybody, they doing this, they doing that. I can see how that would become a liability. Very selfish person or narcissistic person for sure. He said, "Yeah, I came at the right time." All right. Who keep fucking calling my phone? So obnoxious. Oh my god! And once earth signs get into addictions, they are you will never recover that individual. Never. That person will never ever be the same. Always be a little fucked in the head. Take it from one. Take it from one. I know what fucked me up. Hannah. Hey, Hannah. He's an alcoholic? Okay. Makes a lot of sense. And why he's chosen the bottle and he's chosen everything else over his actual responsibilities. Because, like I said, once you hit that delusional mind as an earth sign, you are gone. You might as well be gone. That shit is debilitating. I've actually never particularly seen earth signs who do recover from that amount of delusion. Not trying to get your hopes down or anything like that, but there's just isn't a lot. Delusional until the end. Now, I'm sure that's not the case with some situations. Okay? I know that there's special earth sign affected people who probably have a little bit of water in their shit, who do have like an emotional, they have concepts of like emotionality, being a sensitive and thoughtful individual or person, and also thinking of other people before thinking of themselves. Okay? I know that there's people that are capable of that. All right? So I'm not going to count everybody out of that scenario, but I know a majority of people who are deep into an addiction. Deep, deep. Like I said, I know from personal experience, it is one of the selfish and hardest things that you can do to you and your family. Because trust me, that is not the first thing that crosses their mind. Okay? The bottle and everything else, and the first thing that crosses a person's mind, right? But it's still, man, because the OCD with all the earth signs are so crazy. It's so like that edges the level of like delusional that sometimes water signs edge. You know what I mean? It's like water signs, they know who they are, they know how they are, but once we start edging that in earth sign territory, it don't make no motherfucking sense, bro. It don't make no sense. Like we don't even know how shit gets as bad as it does. We start losing time. Because I mean, when you think of Capricorn being like the king of time, or Saturn being the king of time, right? Ruled by an earth sign. time just goes out the motherfucking window, and by the time that you even realize, oh damn, oh shit, this is where I'm at, you're like, you already fucking 40, 50. It's not like you can't live your life after that point. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying you will never be the same again. You'll never have the same starting point. You'll never be able to, or in certain respects, you'll never be capable of being a fully stable individual, fully stable part of society. So you have to, like, when you young as an earth sign, you have to get back on that. So like, you have to get back on track. You have to. Do not let it be one of those stories where you are, 50 and alone, dying in a house with a bunch of fucking, shooting up or whatever. Like, you got vodka and scotch everywhere. Like, don't be that person, y'all, where you alone in your life. It's not worth it. Or don't be that parent even, like where you end up getting knocked up, or you end up being a baby's father, but then you a bum on it. You know what I mean? And you not bumming maybe in the term, maybe you still work it, because earth signs can be deceitful in the means of, like, you can be a dysfunctional addict. But like I said, the OCD with that shit, where you need your fix. You need your fix at the same time of each and every single day, whether it's before bed or wherever it's at throughout the day. You need your fix. You need your fix. It controls your life. It takes over your life. Same with sex, y'all. Sex controls and takes over your life if you allow it to. Earth signs, y'all. OCD up the motherfucking ass, y'all. Do not play that game. Don't start playing that game. It's just not worth it. Like I said, kill it when it's young. Get therapy when you're young. Get help when you are young. Do not play that game. Now, majority of y'all have seen the outcome. Majority of y'all. Virgo and learning to adapt to change. I love me some Virgo. I love Virgo. Is this change is interesting, right? Because at the end of the day, there's certain things about you, like I said, that will never change. But in order to be like a working part of your own life, and in order to find love, romance, the whole nines, even love for yourself, you need to change at least certain mindsets. You'll never change your personality. You're always going to be a hard-headed woman. You're always going to be a hard-headed woman. You're always going to want to be, a strong, powerful, and sometimes controlling woman. Controlling, yet beautiful and smart and creative, right? Because Virgos all have that. They all have that. Males and females alike. There ain't nothing like them. Now, a lot of people say the Virgo males are hoes. But take a double applicator on that shit. Like I said, that OCD shit is a powerful drug. The most powerful drug of all is like the adrenaline of living life on the edge. Getting together now. Congratulations, you doing it. You getting there. You just, what the one thing that you don't want to do is repetition, or to repeat. Repeat toxic bullshit. That's the one thing that you don't need to be doing right now, right? So while we do focus on change, and you kind of get confused on like future aspects, you're like, where am I even gonna be in the future? Like, I'm so scared. Like, I'm scared because I don't know the outcome. I'm scared because I don't know like how I'm gonna make this work. You gotta focus on the present, and you also have to focus on being that person who can be like what is it? Multifaceted. Where not only can you like challenge yourself to think deeply about your emotions instead of like shoving them down with, weed or whatever the fuck it is. So some type of suppressant. Sleep even could be a suppressant where you oversleep or you overeat. But You want to be that bitch that's multifaceted, where you can cry in front of, whoever you end up trusting in your life. You can cry in front of them. You can fully emote in front of them without snapping, without blowing up, without beating yourself up even, and trying to tell yourself that your feelings are valid. You want to be that mother one day that is capable of telling your child that it's okay to be yourself, to be emotional, to be, just authentic, I guess, real. But Virgos are such creative people, y'all. Very, very creative people. And y'all say it's creative for the money, but let's be real, you enjoy that shit a little bit too much. Just because of the money? No. There's aspects of it that you really, really do truly enjoy. Fear of the unknown, yep. All of us have it, but I'm telling you. Mm. Actually, not all of us have it. Aquarius typically does not fear the unknown. And Scorpio typically does not fear the unknown. Who else? Aries. Though Aries has such massive, so hear me out on this. Aries has such massive amounts of anxiety that it almost like cancels out like whatever they're thinking within that moment. They know they have to act, and so they just do it anyways, and they're like, fuck it, right? And whether they end up regretting it is usually like an afterthought, right? So though they fear the unknown, they still do it and still do what they have to do. Like they're incredibly afraid of it, like very, very scared of it. But whatever it is in that moment, they just do it. I've never seen people like that either. Like Aries is just crazy, y'all. Incredibly, incredibly passion driven and risk taking. I love that. I love that aspect a lot. I do. That's a very cool aspect to have, y'all. So if you have Aries in a high place, Jesus, y'all are a motherfucking hoop. Never seen nothing like that, for real. My bad. I'm back. I was just about to go on Instagram and see what she was doing. So, Miss Rita, did you find a question? I know I could answer your second one, like I said, but did you find what you was seeking? Like a kid jumping off the front porch, but still gonna do it. Yeah, still gonna play the underdog route. Still gonna fucking jump and hurt themselves. Like they know the risk, and that's why the blow up. That's why the blow up afterwards is so big too. After they do something and end up failing, because they go down. Like they really really come down on themselves. They're so extreme. I love it. I love the drama. I love the theatrical event that happens with Aries. To me, that's like the most entertaining thing. I think on even on like a psychological level, like so entertaining, so fun. If you want to refer me, I can. What you're probably so, Miss Sharita, what I would do is if you can go to your PayPal and um, refund or ask for a refund, I can send it back to you because they won't let me do that. So you're gonna have to come back onto PayPal because they don't give me that option. They give me a tracking, a shipping label, and a message thing. It should say when you click on the payment, um, to request a refund. Let me see. I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't think it's on her. And then just for the one question you can send in, I'm gonna figure out. It should just say it on there. Um, is that Stubby? But I heard her digging at the door. Is she in here? Then what the fuck was that? Okay. Somebody jiggling the door and shit. Okay, so with surgeon, let me see. So you asked about these two surgeons. You said which one should I do? Let's see. Naxif, Nosferatu, or okay. So let's look. I'll do your reading. I'll do your reading, Miss Sharita. It's whenever the process comes through, I'll accept it. It gives me like a little thing that says, "Do you want a refund?" And I'll just hit that, and then you can send the question whenever. I'll still do your reading though. And if you are kind of in between this app and the YouTube, then you can just replay. We're starting at 11:30. 11:30. So let's see. I'm using this bigger deck. I'll try to show you pictures as well. Let's see. All right. So coins. Dr. Nosferatu. So the first doctor that you mentioned, Dr. Nosferatu, or Nosferatu, looks like that's a little bit. That's a little bit more of like gymnastics. So it's gonna take a little bit longer, I think, in order to get in for the surgery. That or it's longer healing process. It could be longer healing process as well. Cause let me help you. I know it's really tempting maybe to go with Nosferatu. I think it's because of the financial aspect or the money aspect. But I would say I would say with that particular doctor, it does look like they would give you at most like a they give you a confidence boost, but there's other aspects here that they talk about, like with preservation of your body, preservation of the surgery, that I don't think that this particular doctor would be able to do. So it would be like a one and done type thing. Do you get the refund request? I should have gotten it here. Let me see. Oh, 6. It should send it in. I haven't gotten one yet. I just refreshed. But that first doctor looks like it would be a one and done situation. Where I don't think you could go back to the same doctor for revamp or whatever you would need in the future. In fact, I don't even know if this person will be practicing in the same area. I don't see you necessarily enjoying the results of the first doctor either, Nosferatu. I don't really see you liking the full results of that situation. Like you might feel like you need more. You're on me. Yeah, I started at 11:30, by the way. So that was probably what, like, yeah, I started like 2 minutes ago. They also say that three of coins. Okay, so the second doctor that you mentioned, Nassif, Dr. Nassif, that second doctor might be more fulfilling for what you want. Like, they're talking about the process of having a child, and then whatever happens with having a child, this person specializes in that. Okay, they specialize in making you look like Snatch. I'm gonna show you the cards, the Six of Wands in the upright. So Nassif specializes in making you have that Snatch waist and shit. So they say Ten of Wands, yeah. Okay, so you're like panicking a little bit because you're like, okay, yeah, I want to go extreme, but not so extreme. Said Queen of Wands, the Tower, and the upright, out of the blades, but you know that this is worth it. Let's see. Blades. So Page of Cups. The Moon. I don't think you're gonna go with Dr. Nassif either for some reason. Maybe it's the fact that you feel like you're getting like scammed, or like the money aspect. It might be the financial aspect. You might find, I think you're gonna find something better financially. Not only does it work for you financially, though, it also works for you in the results factor. So it'd be exactly what you want. Like, I don't think, because you still have questions about these two, I don't think they're for you. Okay, I think whatever you're going to find in the future is going to be like, yes, this is it. Like, this is it right the fuck here. Like, right here, right now. That this is what I want, or who I want. Now, I feel like it's going to be a woman. Okay, it's definitely going to be a woman surgeon. So the Empress in the upright is going to be a female who's going to make you feel more secure or more grounded in yourself. Queen of Blades in the upright. And it has a doctor on it as well. So they're going to make you feel way more secure, way more focused on like the results and what you want, and also maintenance. Even give you like a maintenance schedule and everything like that. That's what I see. A maintenance schedule. So I'm going to say that you probably gonna go with a female doctor. Yeah, they said the Devil in the upright, which is, big assets. Big assets. Make you look stacked. I just want the doctor to give me results I really want. Dominican Republic women are dying over. Yeah, do not do that. That's cheap, right? And it might look good on paper, but do not do that. Injected like fucking poison into people and shit. Whatever the fuck they're doing. Making people's asses turn into stone. And shit. Making people look like brick faces. There's a woman doctor in Texas I was looking at. Okay, so I would say go with the female or go with the gut instinct for you. Because you still have questions about these people, I just do not think that there's something that you would even be remotely interested in as far as results go. So I would keep looking and look for a female. Look for a female. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a female or a woman who knows her way around the body, knows her way around the specific features of like a woman's body. So like, what came to my mind was like, what, tummy tuck or whatever the fuck they be doing for females that have children. For some reason, what I got in my head too was like, y'all know Christian Rock, how she recently had a baby. Like, I scoped her body on YouTube. She built, y'all. She fucking built. And if that's not surgery, then that was just all exercise. That bitch did that shit fast. She just popped out her motherfucking son. Like, Jesus Christ. Stacked up. She got a nice body. So, that's what they talk about, okay? Female. Or woman. Yeah. The only female ones I see are in the Dominican Republic. Keep looking. She was built before that too. Yeah, I saw. She was built, and even now, like I said, she popped right the fuck back. She popped right the fuck back. She took that very well. No deaths. No deaths. No deaths. Yeah, you're not gonna die, babe. You're not gonna die. You're gonna be all right. Drugs they give you an Motrin. I think the most. I mean, afterwards they probably gonna give you drugs, right? Because that shit's gotta be painful, right? Me laying on your stomach and shit, or whatever you'll be doing for your surgery, but it's gotta be at least sore, right? So you're gonna be taking some heavy duty painkillers. Heavy duty painkillers. That'd be the one thing I'd be like, maybe a little bit suspicious on. But if you're getting it here in the States and they usually prescribe you the right amount, or they try to prescribe you the least amount that they could possibly can, and you'll have to go through the doctor every time you're gonna want your weekly dose or whatever. But more than likely wouldn't need it for more than a week or so, right? Because like at the end of the day, all they're trying to get you to is probably to a stage where you know you could heal properly and there's no problems. I'm sure that what crosses their mind is the fact that okay, you're gonna have swelling, you're gonna have to do with a healing period or however long, 2 weeks or something like that, and then you're gonna have to decide whether you want to like continue taking medication or not. So, mm, they do that with all surgeries though. So like you're gonna be on drugs no matter what, or you're gonna have to be. If you're uncomfortable with taking like hydrocodone and stuff like that, then they can make you take ibuprofen, like a very high dosage of ibuprofen, like ibuprofen 800. That's what my mom would say. My mom got knee surgery and she was taking ibuprofen instead of taking the fucking hydrocodone because that shit is addictive as hell and can put you somewhere that very uncomfortable, makes you dizzy and shit. But it would not be bad. It would not be bad. Okay, I don't see nothing happening to you. I don't see you dying. To me, it look fine. And honestly, like I said, it looks like you're gonna find a female doctor who you're comfortable with, and you're not gonna be taking any big risk. You're also gonna be learning a couple things here. They're gonna deal with it in a way where they give you a list of rules, or they give you like a list of something like where you're actually able to see how everything's gonna go like on paper, and it's just gonna be easy like that. So I don't think it's gonna be anything too crazy. I still haven't gotten the refund thing. Did it say it sent through? Oh no. Well, I mean, you're gonna be probably the conduit for that. Like you're gonna be the person that whether if it affects you badly, you're gonna have to be the person to be like, I don't want to take this fucking medication. You're gonna have to give me something else. You're gonna have to be your own advocate in that quarter. Like if you take the medication and it's just making you feel sick or whatever, like you don't gotta take it. You just have them write you up a fucking alternative. It's better than sitting there and suffering, right? Like I said, my mom was like, "Fuck no, I ain't gonna take the fucking I ain't gonna take all that. Like y'all trying to put me in the hospital, right back in the hospital on that shit." But she was like, "I'm gonna take ibuprofen 800, and that's is what it is." Okay, so if you uncomfortable, you uncomfortable. You don't gotta take the shit. and never took half those things, they get beat. Because if you already know you're sensitive, like you already know you're sensitive. My body, yeah. So you already know you're sensitive. Do not go out on a limb and be like, oh, this is it. Yeah, just you can discuss that with the doctor beforehand. The only time that they'll put like hard drugs in your body is when they put you under. And I don't even know if they put you under for those surgeries. I know for like deep in body surgery when they're doing like knee repairs and shit like that, they have to put you under, or like joint repairs. Get this done by February. All right. So it depends on when they probably schedule you into. What's up with my living situation? Nikki, what's up with your living situation? Okay, so one-sided, or were you living with somebody and then they kind of turned out on you? Well, if I have a hernia, they have to cut me open, so they have to repair the hernia. And once they get the hernia repaired, after that point, maybe you can still get your surgery, right? Because hernia repairs are not incredibly difficult. That would be the first surgery you would go for, though, before you're going for whatever else. Um, that's actually not that long of a healing period for that, but you probably have to wait like a year. My whole family has had hernias, so I know those situations are really tough because it puts you out probably for like 2 weeks. You're not able to lift anything for like, I think 6 weeks, or no, 4 weeks. But Nikki, your living situation, it looks like someone turns you out or kicked you out, or maybe you kicked them out. Whatever this living situation is, it's one-sided for sure. I pick up on, someone not being able to pay their side of the fucking rent, or not being able to pay their half, or someone trying to make someone pay up, someone trying to bully someone into paying up. You have bad luck with a homing situation. Bad luck. It seems like you always stumble into home situations and work situations that kind of fuck you high and leave you high and dry. They always people leaving you. Yeah, they said that's the price you pay though for playing. So maybe playing with the wrong people, the wrong crowd. That's the price you pay. Yeah, or having attachments to negative people, fucked people. Yeah, they're just people you completely incompatible with. They're not a part of like your like. There's no soulmate or what. I don't know if he was living with a romantic partner at some point in time, but they're not like your romantic like soulmate or anything like that. Like they're not attached to you in that way. They're a karmic. It's a karmic. Your living situation won't change until you do, it looks like. Until you decide to get the fuck away from here, basically. Move far away. That's what you've been, I think, thinking on doing. But you keep going back to this individual. Or keep dealing with this person. It's not worth it, though. It's really not. It's going to keep going south each and every single time. You're gonna keep playing this back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until you go insane, basically. Mentally insane. That's what I keep picking up on. Someone's mentally ill, or maybe both of y'all. Both of y'all have mental issues or mental problems. But y'all gotta get out of there for real, or you gotta get out of there for real. You got to. Not temporarily, I mean for good. Get the fuck out of there. Yeah, hangman energy. Hangman energy, yeah. Still stagnant, stalemate. Talk about like, well, you've tried to manifest your way out, or you've tried to manifest your way into a better situation, but it always ends up going wrong, 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 wrong. And there's one constant in that though. There's one person that's a constant in that, and it's whoever you're with romantically. The one constant of everything going wrong is the person you're with romantically. The connection messed up. Was that for me? No, it was for Nikki. What was the question that you asked? You're welcome, Miss Sharita. Let me see. What was the question that you asked me? If I get approved for housing application I'm putting in tomorrow, I'm really trying to find a beautiful home for my girls and I. Let me see. Sorry. No, that was not for you. Somebody else also asked about their living situation. So let's see. Zaria. What you doing for Halloween? You coming on live? Yes, I am. So I decided on, I don't know if I should spoil it. I decided on something different than what I was originally going to do. I don't know if I should spoil it. Because I will be coming out for Halloween though. For sure. For sure. I'll probably come on a little bit early before I go out. So I'll come on a little bit early while I'm coming. I won't spoil it. I was debating on whether I would or not, because like I said, it's not my original idea of what I was going to do. But I think it's gonna end up real fucking cool if I can manage to pull off the makeup aspect. I have to watch like I have to watch like 50 fucking tutorials, but I'll get it. Fucker. Hold on. That's what I get. I gotta stop smoking. Alright. Not cigarettes, y'all. I stop smoking everything. Alright. Zaria. 5 of Wands. 10 of Swords. Okay, so no, in a new group situation, help build. Like, where do I stand? Before I read your situation, Zaria, 1 second. Nikki, you left a real fucked up toxic situation that you're still healing from. You're not going to be able to do is you still haven't escaped the mental aspect of that situation. You still haven't escaped people like that person. Meaning, even if you are in a new group situation, you still haven't escaped that prison. So whether it be a mental and emotional thing, or it's a thing of you still maybe around some of the same people, or you're still like looking into some of the same situations and some of the same people connected to this person. Whatever it is, you need to get away from it. That, or you simply need to go after something solid when it comes to help. Okay? Because this won't stop. This is a mentality. This is a lifestyle. And this is particularly the reason why things always fall off for you. It's not because you're weak. It's not because you're too depressed. You're a very strong-willed person. You are very, very, very strong-willed. And I like to believe that you get shit done when you need to get shit done. But why you keep going back to certain situations in your head, or why you keep harping and focusing on certain aspects in life, that needs to be healed before you move and go anywhere living-wise. So whatever the group situation is, I see that it is only temporary. Okay? I see that it's temporary. I see that you don't feel secure. I see that you don't feel grounded, even though you do feel like it's helping you in certain respects. You know that it's not going to be easy to change. You just know that. You know that. You want a place that you can call home, but you got to work up to that point. And that might also start with trying to find a better job, better financial situation. Easier said than done, right? All right. Let's see. Zaria, let's see your situation. Your home. Okay, death in the upright. So that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. Meaning the change or the transition is happening soon. So as soon as next year, even. The lover. So as soon as next year, Gemini season. So June of next year, Gemini season. Could also be Leo season. So June and July and August. So that's where your move is gonna come in. It's not as fast as obviously as you want it to be, but this looks like it's actually like a viable situation or scenario where it kind of just pops into your peripheral or it pops up into your life. Okay, it's kind of like it's not even something you fully understand, like how you even found it, but it pops up there, like right when you need divine intervention. They say 100% divine intervention. So they're saying like this is a situation where I feel like it's last call or first come first serve on a situation, on a house, on a home. It's definitely going to be a little bit further away. You're going to wonder if it's too much for you. No, I don't think it's too much for you. I don't think it's too much. I think it's just right. In fact, don't undersell or overshoot. Basically, there's like a happy medium or a happy middle ground. It's not going to be too much of a sacrifice. It does look like until then, they're talking about your intentions with a situation. Is there an intention of like repairing something with somebody? Or maybe the intention of like sharing something with somebody. I don't know if it's sharing custody or whatever the fuck it is. Or the intention of like sharing something. Or talking to somebody again, dealing with somebody again. Temptation. You know that it's not worth it, though. At least initially, you know that this person is not quite stable yet. That's just the truth, is that they're just not stable. That's what it is. They're just not stable. Okay. My kid's father and I, maybe dad. Yeah, I would say like you can't. Obviously, you can't put a timer on someone's healing, right? And that's kind of hard, right? Because you have children, you have kids who need a responsible father. They need a father figure in their life at a constant that is not going to cause issues or strike problems in your children's lives. But like I said, you can't put a timer on someone's healing. And when they're not meeting your standards or meeting up to where you need them to be, especially with children involved, the choice is clear, right? You're going to choose your kids over the man. That's a clear choice. Okay? You're going to choose your children over the man. That's what you need to do. Okay? So they're saying whatever move needs to happen, you're going to do it with you. And it's going to be you and your kids. And I don't think you can include someone who's unstable on this journey. He needs to find himself. And he needs to get better for himself and his kids. And for you too, in your relationship with him too. So, if anything, don't go back into a relationship when you already know the outcome. Don't start rekindling or trying to like hash it up. I think you just need to back up and start pushing away contact that is anything that doesn't have anything to do with your children. Okay? And I understand that this can be really, really tough when This took a lot of dedication and a lot of work to even get to this point in y'all's relationship. But right now, you got to realize how fragile your relationship is. Like, still is. You know what I mean? Like, even if you worked up to this point, it's incredibly fragile. You can keep working to a point of understanding each other, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But passing a certain boundary or threshold, I think it's very easy to trigger you, and it's very easy to trigger him. You are in two very different places in life. You want two very different things. Though you might say you agree, though you might say you want to be together, you guys, you there's just a difference in how you want to live. Okay? And it's so different that it cannot come together. That's just what I see. Like, someone definitely has issues. Like, he definitely has issues and problems with being a responsible, committed individual. He just does. I don't think he was ever shown. I don't think he was ever really. It's possible that he did have people around him as a foundation, but they weren't the right people. Okay, they weren't the right support. They created whole other issues, whole other problems for him that now he has to tackle emotionally. And you've already kind of given that ultimatum, and he feels like you want to make him into like a perfect person, or if he feels like you want to change him, and his thing is he'll change if he wants to change. Okay, that's his thing. That's what he's saying. I'll change if I want to change. You can't make me change. And you're like, why are you so resistant? Like, we got babies involved. Like, wouldn't it be better to have like the two perfect, parents, or two parents, the two parent household? Wouldn't that be good? Like, we can do that, right? But he's just not that. He's not that guy. He really isn't. Like, I know he's tried his hardest, but he's not that guy. Like, and it's possible that he will turn around later in life, but you can't stake your life, and your kid's life on that. You need to get out of there, get away from that situation, and find what's better for you and your kids, and he can still be a part of that. Okay, he can still be a part of that. That's never not going to be the case. I don't think you would do that to him, not unless he did something unforgivable. It'd be a whole other situation. But for me, what I see here is like, it's desperate because your relationship is so fragile. Like, there's almost nothing left. Like, what is left is like a couple of ties. It's almost like someone holding a pair of scissors to a piece of string. Like, it's the last piece of string holding this thing in place, and all you need is that one last string cut, and then it's over. It's just done. I don't know how to move him out or separate. You're probably going to have to move out yourself. You know what I mean? You're probably going to have to leave. And unfortunately, with that sugar issues, I'm sure, right? But this is why you have those discussions prior or beforehand. Even if he feels like it's best that y'all stay together or stay under the same roof, under the same household, you have to make the conscious effort to be like, yeah, but like, in order to proceed with my healing and my kids' healing, in order for us to not show our kids a really ugly side of ourselves, we're going to have to separate. We're going to have to go. Like, I'm going to have to leave, or, whatever needs to happen. But this can't be no more. Right? It's going to need to have to be that cordial conversation. And I feel like you that type of person anyways, unless someone puts you into the predicament of having to get a little aggressive. And he often, unfortunately, he has shown to be kind of a messy situation occasionally. Yeah, because he's also a liar, He's a liar. It's fucked up situation. But not, I mean, it's definitely not like the worst news that you're going to find a home next year. Just know that a home where you and your kids can go. I mean, can't bring him along. Can't bring him along. All right. Yeah, he's messy as fuck. Can't bring him along, but to me, it looks like a very, very nice option for y'all. And like I said, I say option because sometimes you might choose to stay a little longer than necessary. Sometimes you might choose other things, right? But that's where I say, like, just pay attention, keep your eyes open. It's going to come, and you're going to be able to get out of that situation as fast as possible into a perfect situation. It's not outside of your means. It looks like it's perfect, right? So just keep that in mind. And also, you're not dumb or stupid for trying to make this work. If that's kind of what you've been thinking more recently, like, wow, this was hopeless or this was fucking stupid. You tried. You're not dumb for that. You're not stupid for that. Many people chase the two-parent household idea, or many people chase like a stable household. They want their kids to be happy, and often sacrifice their own happiness for that, though. So even though you're not happy with them, even though you don't feel like yourself with them, you don't feel like you can be, in a cordial relation, even a cordial relationship with him. Sometimes, like that's the thing though. Like you sacrifice your own happiness for your children, which is that's not a selfish thing to do, and you're not dumb for that. You're really not. But now you've kind of learned the more difficult way or the harder way of understanding that your kids can see when you're unhappy. Your kids want, just like you want nothing but happiness for your children, they want nothing but happiness for their mother, right? They want nothing but happiness for both of you. So even if that means sacrificing a two-parent household idea on paper, it sounds great, for two separate households, or one household where they get to be with mom and then dad gets to visit. Even though, like I said, stability with him is kind of on and off, right? It's really on and off. It doesn't seem stable. But whatever it is, whatever this arrangement ends up being, I just know that it can't be with y'all living together and trying to force a relationship. Okay, I know that for a fact. 7 years of your life you did not waste. Okay, don't worry about that. 7 years of life is not something that you wasted. You did not waste it. You did everything you could to achieve happiness in this one situation, and now you're gonna achieve happiness in another. It's. I'm not gonna say it's simple, right? Because it was not simple. It was not easy. But it's what you had to do. You did what you had to do. I think one thing I also see about you too is that I think most people would be shocked to find out that you're actually one of the least problematic or dramatic people. You really don't like aggressiveness. You don't like fighting. For Virgos, that's why you got some balance in you, girl. You gotta have some sort of balance in you because for Virgos, that's very difficult or hard to achieve, like that Zen mode. Right? Like I said, even though you might be in a fucked up situation, you're able to cool down and think of the logical approach. Like emotion, I know that he's elicited a lot of emotions out of you that you've never felt for anyone. That includes in good emotions too, but mostly negative, mostly bad. But you are, damn, like you really hold a good mask up, or you really, really hold yourself down. But once you leave this situation, you are really, really gonna feel like all of that, everything fall off your shoulders. In fact, I feel like you might become a lot more sensitive, like incredibly sensitive. Like, I mean, like crying, not crying sadness, like being able to cry when you see certain things happening with your children, like when your kids start doing things like achievements, like you start being real proud and you start crying, start spoiling them even more. You know what I mean? You start to loosen up, and you don't project that energy, that nasty energy that you got from dealing with this fucking piece of work, anywhere near them. Like they can actually see you happy for once. which would be a change, and definitely a big change. So I would take it in a direction where everything is going to be right for you when once you let that situation go. Okay. Hey Kim. He changed me. I don't think so. I don't think so. If anything, if anything, babe, I feel like I feel like you changed you. I wouldn't even give him that. I wouldn't give him that. Like I would not give him the right to change you. He being with him changed you because you changed, because you chose to change, because you chose to try to make things work and sacrifice, like I said, your own happiness and your own, love for your children. Okay, so you changed you, and you can also change yourself into a better, even better than the last, even better than who you were before. You also have the power to do that. So I do not give him the rite of passage like that and say he changed me. No, you changed you. You tried to be the best that you could be in your situation. You did. And just like you can change your shit right the fuck back or become an even bigger and brighter person. It's just that simple. Virgos are stubborn for a fucking reason, right? Nobody, and I mean nobody, can change that about you. Incredibly, incredibly stubborn and independent creatures. There is nobody on this motherfucking God's green earth that could change that about you. There really isn't. Okay. So yes, you're aggressive in this situation because you had to be. It's survivors or survival instinct, where you have to be aggressive. But once you start letting your guard down again, and once you start finally being able to see the brighter aspects of life, or the more relaxed aspects of life, you become more sensitive, more in tune with your spirituality, more in tune with your maternalness, more in tune with self love and self interest. I'm still trying to be my the best version of myself, and we do that for the rest of our lives, to try to be the best version. There is no stopping that. There is no putting a cap on it. Sometimes it takes many years in order for us to achieve even one transformation. So, and I would say that's a majority. Sometimes it takes 5, 6, 7, 10, 25 years for some people to even feel that way. Like change is right for them. I became a teacher, like you said as well. Positive update. I work with the autistic department. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I feel like that kind of falls right under your umbrella of the type of person you are as well. Non-judgmental. Love working love working with people who need for you. The maternal instinct and nurturing instinct with you is heavy. Trying to understand the people that have never been understood, and in which I feel like you also have felt like you've fallen under the umbrella of being someone who could never be understood. So that's very good. Congratulations. You said I love it. Let me try to get this. And hi, Kim. I wasn't ignoring you or anything like that. Just finishing up the reading, as you know. Oh, shit. 2 hours. It's 12:12. I'm up for one more reading. It said recouping and filling out applications. Awesome. Please ask a specific question if you can. Uh-oh, here we go. Not that type of reading. If you want to read it, please introduce yourself first, read the description, and then you'll understand the rules so I don't have to boot you out the room. That's not hard at all, Kim. You're right. I'm tempted to type up a fucking example and put it in the description. But I think most people come off of those other tarot lives where they're kind of like spamming their question and then it gets picked out of a hat or whatever. But I don't do that style of reading. I like to go in on people. What is up with people calling me? Crazy. Yeah, I'm tempted to put that fucking example in there for real. Let's see, she's a rider for real. Say I love culture. Oh, I love y'all too. Y'all be policing the chat. I appreciate it. I do. Because sometimes I get all wrapped up in a reading, and then I see someone spamming like, for real. I'm Latoya. Let's do a who is coming towards you, Latoya. Let's see. Let's do a who is coming towards you. Let me turn my music back on real quick. Jesus. And so many fucking notifications here. Let's do a who. Who is coming towards you? Pisces, the moon in the upright. The moon in the upright, page. Pisces. It's coming towards you. Pisces. So, let's see. Might be suspicious that somebody is hiding something from you or acting weird, acting strange. Owe me an apology. I feel like someone acting weird or acting up or acting a fool. Like people mad because you thugging, or people mad because you have, you like to stand up for yourself, or you got a mouth on you. Like you're not gonna let people be creepy to you or act weird around you. You're just not gonna do that. People mad because you have like Scorpio aspects or darker aspects, Pisces or Scorpio aspects. Same shit, different day. Always having to deal with the same motherfucking drama when it comes to relationship, but never fully being able to cut off the ties between you and these individuals. You don't understand, because I think a lot of it is like, even if you completely remove yourself from the situation and stop talking to people, it's like they come back with a vengeance. If not come back, they come back through other people. So even though it's not the same individual, like same skin, they act exactly like that person, just like that individual. You have yet to kill the cause of this, though. The cause is you. And you know that. The main cause of the reason why you keep hitting these people, right, hitting the gold mine of asshole, is you. Okay? You know that it's you. All right? Like in certain aspects, do you deserve any of this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do you what's your ascendant and your moon? You don't deserve to be treated like this. You're like, why are men always on my nerves? They're fucking annoying. Annoying as fuck. You don't deserve these types of relationships. And it's not that they just come to you. It's kind of what you've accepted over time because you got used to it. Because it's something that you've experienced before in childhood or when you was younger. It's generational. It's a generational. Can't speak, motherfucker. Generational. There it goes. My lisp. Yo. And 99% of the time you can't hear it, but the moment, like I said, the moment I start thinking about it, that shit come through. Generational. Got it. Curse. So basically, you're still dealing with things from your past. And that can harvest its way through your love life and make your love life a living hell and make you feel like you're not worthy of love or affection, because why is nothing being sent my way that's worthwhile? Why is nobody here to help me, to rescue me, to make me feel comfortable, to help me change and be myself? Why is nobody coming towards me that's like that? Well, because you need to learn to change by yourself, babe. Okay? By yourself. All right? And these habits are not going to die on their own. And you got to know that. You got to know that. You have to. It's a motherfucking gamble every single time you go out there unhealed. Or you don't have to be fully healed to go out and date and love on somebody. How old are you? Do you mind me asking? Because I feel like this has to do with a lot with your age too. Like, how old are you? Fear-based relationships, temptation. Yeah, the main reason why you have commitment issues, Toya, it's got something to do with the psyche. It has nothing to do with these other individuals. Like the psyche right now with you is like you just hate all people. Can I be honest with you? Like I just it's like you, even though you know you're capable of love. All Libras are, by the way. All Libras are the angel inside of you. I call Libra the angelic sign because truth be told, the amount of purity that rests within a Libra is not within any of the other signs. The amount of purity. Just turned 42. Okay, so this is that prime age. This is what I was thinking, right? This is that prime age of you getting to a point where you're fed up, or you feel like, if anything, I'm not gonna find anyone. Like, this is just it. Like, this is who I am for the rest of my life. You know, not necessarily die alone, but maybe die with a couple hoes type shit. Like, this is it. This is it. You're starting to feel that, and because you're starting to feel that, it's also affecting. It's affecting who your potentials could be as well. Because you start finding, not only are you starting to feel desperate, you start trying to find desperate people. Okay. Now, I'm not saying you can't feel a little bit needy, right? There's nothing wrong with that either. But you should feel way more inclined to find somebody who knows what they want versus someone who's desperate for something they don't even fucking know about, for something that they've never had before. You know what I mean? Just to experience it, right? You've had love or forms of love before, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you've had the full experience, and so you feel, like I said, desperate, kind of to see what that's like, to feel what that's like, but you won't find it until you seek yourself out. Now, I will say that the main thing they talk about here is talk therapy, or talking to somebody. All right, that was something that they did suggest. Now, you don't have to, obviously, right? But other things would be like journaling, right? Being able to journal, being able to write your emotions down, not just your thoughts, your emotions as well. You are not meant to be alone forever. There is confirmation here that you are not meant to be alone forever. You're not going to be in love triangles forever. You just not. You're not built for that shit no more. It's foolish. It's stupid. You already know. Like, you never liked that shit. You've never liked the people who put you through that shit. Like, you're not built for that. Not at all. So, all right. Looks like the person you end up with is more than likely going to be either an air or a Sag. It's going to be an Aquarius or a Sag. All right. And I don't think this is a person that you've been with before. Yeah, I really don't believe it's a person you've been with before. But you need to be okay with being alone at current. Okay, so currently, right now, you need to be okay with being alone so that you can learn yourself. You need to kick everyone out your life. You need to do the purge type shit. That's what they said. Do the purge, baby. Do the purge. Rep them up and rep them out. But yeah, most likely you're going to find somebody who is an aqua or a Sag, or maybe they have both traits heavily in their chart. But it's definitely someone who can take a lot of they can take a lot of emotional discomfort, and because a lot of the time you have a lot of displaced anger, but I feel like this person will be able to actually sit there and just listen to you versus try to fight you on the shit. Um, but yeah, I would say talk therapy would do you wonders. It work you wonders just to hear your own thoughts voiced out by another person, like just to reflect, to hear what you're saying to yourself or about yourself in another way from another perspective. I think that would help you a lot. Yep, purge them, get rid of them all. Writing is also an alternative to that, but you have to be able to fully write your emotions and your feelings on things, not just your thoughts and not just what's happening that day. It's your feelings that matter. It means you're gonna have to do a lot of crying, a lot of emotional outbursts on paper versus um, verbally. But the verbally is the thing that does heal you. That's the thing. When you have nobody to talk to, that's difficult, right? Because you are like the loner type as well. I saw you are the loner type, though you have many friends at the same time you don't. Right? It's like that. It's like though people could see you as a friend and see you as somebody who they want to keep in their life for the long term. You don't really see the same thing. That type of communication is a lot for you. So, like I said, whoever this Aquarius Sag mix is, seems interesting. But that's who you're gonna end up with. Okay. And like I said, don't go. People always try to do this. Don't go looking for that person. Be like, oh, what's your sign? Oh, you're an Aquarius. This is that person. No, it doesn't work that way, babe. It doesn't work that way. It's less of what the label is and more of a feeling. It's more of a feeling than anything. I recommend you have someone there who doesn't judge and helps you figure out why this shit keeps coming up and bothering you. Yes. Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right, Hannah. That's exactly what she needs. Because shit like this is overwhelming. And you're a vocal person, Latoya, even though you are a Libra, who typically leans more towards the introversion. Introvert, and though you talk sweet and stuff like that. Yeah, y'all, you got a Virgo moon, you got a temper on you, girl. And that means you need to speak out. It's a necessity for you. Virgo also being an more introspective or introverted sign. You're gonna need, instead of being an observational individual, you're gonna need someone to crack you open like a motherfucking egg. Okay, and that's gonna be the therapist's job to sit there and tell you what you're saying, to hear yourself talk, and help you work through all that. Oh my God, that's me. Oh, you're an Aries. It has to be you. Now marry me. Yeah, no, no, no. We can't be doing that. It's way too dangerous out here. Way too dangerous to be just trusting anyone that anything, right? Regardless of the sign and regardless of how it falls, right? You could very well know that, oh, this is my person. That's the person, and still there's so much more work that comes to that situation, more than just saying this is it. This is the one. Like that's a lot of dedication. People will come back with 21 questions basically asking me like, "Well, I found the person, but why isn't it fitting? Like why aren't they with me? Why aren't they loving me?" It takes a lot more than that, baby. Just it takes a lot more than just existing. Okay. There's likely just important lessons all over the relationship as well. So you're going through a lot. I cry when the ram rams my ass, Aries. Aries is so fun, y'all. Aries is such a fucking interesting sign. Like I said, like I observe the motherfuckers like crazy because they're just so interesting to me. Goofy. Always making me laugh though. I think that I just got that the Capricorn curiosity in me where I'm just like, why are you the way that you are? It's kind of like Aries is like Capricorn's little sibling or like a little brother or little sister type energy. It's like that. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up off this bitch. I'm gonna go, do my thing, take a shower, get something to eat. Y'all better do the motherfucking same. Get up, stretch, get what you have to do done, relax. Um, I will try. So I have videos I need to be posting. So y'all see those pop up on the channel. I'm gonna film more videos probably in a couple hours. Caps are observers in general for sure. Absolutely. 1,000%. Watching, always trying to watch from afar, never wanting to be directly involved just because it's too much drama. For sure. Caps are introverts. Homemade tortillas. Oh shit. That makes me hungry as fuck actually. I am really hungry right now. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna cook up though. Probably something breakfast related. Alright, y'all. I appreciate y'all that popped through, that rolled through, was watching. We started out on a note, we end at a note. I appreciate y'all that sent through the Cash Apps and the PayPals and that. I appreciate y'all that we're just present and watching the whole motherfucking time, just vibing, listening to the important messages that they needed to hear as well, even if I was reading someone else, like, right? Because usually the energy attracts itself, right? But I appreciate it. Hit the like, subscribe, turn on notifications for next time. Because if you new or you're somebody who's never gotten a reading from me, then you can expect me to be on again and I will read you. All right. This is when we got a stacked list. It's kind of difficult to fit the free ones in there, but we did this time. We did this time. We got a couple people, like 3 or 4 people. I do long form readings, y'all. I don't do the quick shit, so just let you know. All right, y'all. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, guys. I love the fucking emojis in chat. Thank you, guys.